Hi, I'm Ervin from The Optimizer, and in this video I want to show you how you can use our campaign creation feature to launch and create multiple campaigns in just a few clicks directly from The Optimizer into your traffic source. Let's take a very common use case. Let's say you have a campaign that you want to create a different copy for each device, which is a recommended setup that many traffic sources recommend. Normally, how you do it is that you go to the traffic source and you create every campaign one by one, and which is time consuming. From the Optimizer, by using our campaign creator, you can create all these variations in one go in just a few minutes. Let me show you. Let's get started. So in order to get started, we need to go to the campaign creator menu here on the left, and then click on create campaign button here at the top. As you can see, we have two options here. We have the create manually option, which is what we're going to see in this video, and the upload Excel file, which is a more advanced, more flexible way of uploading campaigns in bulk by using an Excel file. I have a different video on this, so make sure to go and check that video about how to use the Excel file to upload hundreds of campaigns in bulk into your traffic source. For this video, we're just gonna use the manual option, and we're gonna use, for the sake of this video, Taboola. So the first step for you would be to select which traffic source are you going to create these campaigns to, and then which account, because you might have several accounts for that traffic source. And then once you do that, basically what you see here is very similar, I would say identical options to what you see on Taboola in this case, but the same is for Outbrain or Revcontent or Mgid. So very familiar options here. I'm going to give this a name. Let's say Lender Lab. I'm going to create a campaign to promote one of our platforms, which is Lender Lab, a landing page building platform. And this will be desktop only. So here will be lenderlab.io. The rest is all the available options that you see on Taboola. Marketing objective, you're going to go with brand awareness. You can select the start date, end date, the status of the campaign, etc. All the targeting options. This will be desktop only, so we're going to uncheck tablet and mobile. We're going to let all operating system and browsers and connection types. You also can specify a list of sites that you want to block right away on the campaigns that you're going to launch. Same thing as you do on Taboola. So you have this drop down here that you can search and select sites, or you can upload a list of sites to block by clicking here and pasting a comma separated list of sites. Let's say that, for example, you have an old campaign where you have blocked hundreds of sites that you know for a fact that they're not good performers, and you want to include those sites here so that you make sure that these are blocked. One thing that you can do is that you can go to that campaign on the Optimizer. Let's say it's this one here. We can filter by blocked widgets to get all the widgets that we have blocked for this campaign. We select them all and then click on copy. Then we go back, upload, and then click on paste from here. So if you are using the Optimizer and have these sites somewhere on some campaign and I want to port it here, this is a shortcut how you can do it, but you can do it in whatever way. Maybe you get a list from your Taboola rep that you want to include, then just paste that list in here, and all these sites will be blocked. The bidding strategy, we're gonna choose a fixed CPC. Let's say for desktop we're gonna pay 0.15. Spending limit, we're gonna put 100 monthly and a $20 daily cap. We can put here our tracking code as always, and then we click on next, and here is the next step where we create all our ads. So here is where we can already see the power of the campaign creation in action, because here what we can do is we can specify a target URL, a bunch of headlines and images, and it will create a variation of all these combinations, which we'll see on the left side. So let's say our target URL is theoptimizer.io. First step is we need to specify a bunch of headlines. We can enter them manually. Let's say manual headline 1, manual headline 2. We can copy paste headlines from somewhere else into here. So if you have like a bunch of headlines somewhere on a Google Drive file or somewhere that you want to copy and paste, you can do it here too. So add headlines. Another thing that we can do is that you can use our media manager. You can use contents from media manager, which is a feature that we have that you can check here always in the left menu, and for which we also have a video that explains how to use media manager. So you can use headlines that have been collected from our media manager tool. These are headlines that you are already using on your other campaigns, and maybe you want to include in this one too. So let's say we're going to select a bunch of these two. So now we have headlines that we have entered manually, some headlines that we have copy pasted from an external source, and some headlines from our media manager. For each headline, you can specify a CTA, a call to action button with all the options that a call to action supports, a description if you want to enter a description for the ad. And the next step, before we see the preview of all the combination here, is that we need to specify some images. Also for images, you have a bunch of options. You can add some URLs. Let me grab some URLs in here, and click on add images. So these are 3 images that were imported from the URLs, and here right away you see all the combinations of ads that these images and headlines have generated. Or you can also use images from Media Manager, which again are images that you are already using on your existing campaigns, or you have uploaded to Media Manager, which is a very good thing that we always recommend. Like use the Media Manager as your private storage for headlines or images. Upload your headlines, upload your images, so that you can reuse them while you create your campaigns. So let's say we're going to use a couple of images from Media Manager as well. Add images. All right, so here now you see a lot of ads have been generated. How many? So let's say we have 7 headlines total, and we have 6 images. So basically, 7 is 42 total ads have been generated, which is pretty awesome because we did it in just a few seconds. Now, if you don't want all these ads, you can uncheck a few of those, or you can customize some of these ads by clicking on edit. Maybe for this ad, we need a slightly different headline, or we need to include a dynamic macro on the headline, or we need a description only for this, or a different CTA, or different target URL. All these ads can be customized separately. Let's click next, and on this last step is where we see the variation process that we have been talking at the beginning. So here we have the main variation that we just created, which is a campaign which has the name LanderLab Desktop. It's targeting desktop only with this bid amount and this target URL. Something very cool here is that you can specify rules that you want to include attached to these campaigns. And we always strongly recommend that if you want to use any automation or any rules with these campaigns, just specify them right away from here, so that as soon as the campaign gets approved and gets started, automatic optimization is already applied to these campaigns. Because what happens many times is that users forget to include rules to the campaigns that they just created, and then until they catch it, the campaign might have spent or burnt out a few bucks. So always, if you plan to use rules with this campaign, always make sure to include them right away here, You can include single rules, or you can include rule groups if you are using groups to organize your rules. Then you can click on add new variation. And here what we're going to do is we're going to make a variation for tablet only for this campaign with a different bid. And let's say a different URL. So the URL, let's say we have a page optimized for tablet, just for the sake of this illustration. It's called lenderlab.io/tablet. And we're going to add a new variation for mobile only with a slightly higher bid because mobile traffic is more expensive. And we also have a dedicated page for our mobile campaign. So here, also make sure to select rules here and here as well. When you click next, it will say that a total of 3 campaigns will be created, which is awesome. In one go, we just created 3 campaigns with a lot of ads, which if created manually, all this would have taken us, I don't know, at least 1 hour to create all these ads one by one and all these campaigns one by one. So this is pretty good. We can click done. And the optimizer will submit these campaigns for creation, and we can follow the progress of these campaigns from the campaign creator queue right here. For example, you can see that these campaigns are in a pending status, which they're being uploaded. Previous campaigns that we have uploaded are finished, some are failed. If any of your campaigns fail to create for any reason, you can come here and you can click on retry. It will open this window with a message that basically says why the campaign has failed. You click on retry failed campaign. This will open the same editor. In this case, it's Outbrain. It was an Outbrain campaign that failed. It will open the same editor. You can make the necessary changes according to the error that you saw before, and resubmit it again for creation. So it's a very shortcut. You don't need to repeat the process over again for a failed campaign, but you can just submit it by just making a few necessary changes. All right, so as you can see here, all these campaigns have been uploaded successfully. So in this case, we don't need to do anything. This is all for the campaign creator. It's a tool that is being used massively by our users. So make sure to use it and save yourself a lot of time. Thank you for watching, and make sure to check our other videos for other features.